All right. I guess this is going to be my new thing. I'm just going to do UFC fighters versus anime characters. And this one just seemed so perfect that I could just not turn it down. So Israel Adesanya, if you guys know who he is, you know he basically idolizes Rock Lee. So Rock Lee, the character from Naruto, the one that only knows taijutsu, the one that can just only do things with his hands, no chakra, no any of that. So I thought it would be interesting to do like a sort of kind of scaling, not really like calking or anything like that, fight between Israel Adesanya versus Rock Lee. So let's just get right into it. I want to start with versions of Rock Lee that I think Israel Adesanya will just manhandle. So I think everyone will agree with me on the fact that Israel Adesanya will absolutely demolish Rock Lee pre-taijutsu, like Rock Lee that was training on the like wooden pole, like kicking and punching the wooden pole. That version of Rock Lee getting stomped by Israel Adesanya. I don't even think there's anything you can really calc to say otherwise because he doesn't really have any feats before that. So yeah, Israel Adesanya. I don't even really need to go deep into that. We just all know. But where it starts getting interesting is when Rock Lee actually meets Guy Sensei, and actually starts learning taijutsu, because before this, he has nothing. Like I said, if you don't know Rock Lee, he has absolutely nothing. No ninjutsu, no genjutsu, no taijutsu until he meets Guy Sensei. So right when he meets him, obviously, Guy Sensei sees a lot of himself in Rock Lee. So he basically takes a liking to him, teaches him all about taijutsu. If you haven't seen the series, read the series, you should do that. So Guy Sensei starts teaching him taijutsu. He starts learning. Obviously, Rock Lee learns the 8 gates. And honestly, I don't even think we need to talk about the 8 gates. I said I wasn't going to go into any calking, but a quick Google search will show you that the initial lotus that Rock Lee uses against Gaara in the Chunin exams is the equivalent of 230 kilograms of TNT, whereas the average adult striking force of like a normal punch is around 88 pounds of force. So yeah, they're just not even on the same plane of existence. So I'm just like if you saw my last video with Naruto and John Jones, you will see that I sort of just talk about this show, no calcs, no even really thinking about it, just like this is what I think may happen. Rock Lee has so many more feats that you can go off of. Naruto sort of just gets hit, gets up, whatever. Rock Lee literally pounds Gaara into the ground and just explodes the entire building. Like, that's not something you can just look past. You can look past Kiba getting thrown across the building, whatever. You cannot look past a nuke going off inside the Chunin exams building. So yeah, anything Chunin exams, we don't even need to talk about it, which puts us in this really weird spot where you need to find feats in between Chunin exams and where Rock Lee meets Guy Sensei, which in the series there aren't very many of them. So yeah. Now there is one fight that I can sort of get some info from, and that's Rock Lee versus Sasuke. And this fight is just before the Chunin exams, basically when they're waiting to get into the Chunin exams, or qualify, I guess. And Rock Lee, as many of you guys know that have watched the series, mops Sasuke. And that's basically the first time we meet him, other than like the flashbacks where we see the younger Rock Lee. But those flashbacks don't really tell us anything. Not that I remember. I haven't really seen any flashbacks that show us any sort of feats. And like I said, Israel Adesanya, from what I see in those flashbacks, stomps the younger Rock Lee. I mean, the only version of Rock Lee that is even relevant is the one I'm about to talk about, the one that fought Sasuke. How the fight goes, it's basically Rock Lee hits Sasuke with like a crazy hard side kick, sends him flying in the air, and is about to do like I think it's primary lotus, where he just like slams him on his head into the ground, and then Guy Sensei stops him. Now, Rock Lee jumps like 20 feet in the air, and one sidekicks, as everyone knows in like the UFC community or whatever, only person I've ever seen that can hit hard sidekicks is like Wonder Boy, and those are just sending people back a few feet. A sidekick from Rock Lee sent Sasuke 20 feet in the air. I know I'm getting a lot deeper than I was in my last video, but these feats are just like something I can't really even like look over because they're just so outrageous. And just looking at them, you know the level of fighting is just two different places. So the fact that with a sidekick, Rock Lee can kick Sasuke 20 feet in the air is absolutely ridiculous. And obviously in that scene, we see Rock Lee doing like the body flicker, basically where they're teleporting, sort of. And yeah, I mean, these things Naruto was not doing in the Chunin exams. No one was really doing it in the Chunin exams. I just need to be clear, actually. Rock Lee, other than Sasuke after he's learned Chidori and all that stuff, and Gaara by barely just a little bit, Rock Lee is the strongest out of all those people. Stronger than Naruto at that point, unless he just goes ridiculous and taps into like all the Nine Tails chakra. He's stronger than Neji at that point. So yeah, Rock Lee is absolutely ridiculous. So in my opinion, Rock Lee, from the versions we've seen, all the versions just beat Israel Adesanya, beat any normal person. Obviously, this video is not meant to hate on Israel Adesanya. The man is a beast. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, Izzy beats the kid Rock Lee that doesn't know anything, so there's that. But yeah, any versions of Rock Lee that have actual feats, there's just really no chance. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.